Welcome to Tales by Chandru. Are you looking for inspiring moral stories that teach valuable life lessons? You've come to the right place. Tales by Chandru brings you heartwarming, thought-provoking, and motivational stories that entertain while guiding you toward a better life. In a peaceful village, two childhood friends, Ravi and Mohan, grew up together. They were different in nature. Ravi was thoughtful and hardworking, while Mohan loved comfort and luxury. Their lives took a dramatic turn when a wise old man gifted them each a small bag of gold coins, telling them that how they used this wealth would determine their future. Excited by his newfound fortune, Mohan immediately began spending his gold on luxury and pleasure. He dressed in fine clothes, bought expensive jewelry, and flaunted his wealth throughout the village. Meanwhile, Ravi sat quietly under a tree, thinking deeply about how to use his gold wisely. Mohan quickly became the center of attention, throwing grand feasts for the villagers and treating them to lavish entertainment. People praised him for his generosity, and he basked in their admiration, believing that wealth was meant to be enjoyed. As Mohan indulged in his newfound riches, Ravi made a careful decision. He used his gold to buy a small piece of farmland, believing that with patience and hard work, it would provide him with long-term security. Mohan's extravagant lifestyle continued as he purchased a luxurious horse-drawn carriage. Villagers admired his wealth, and he felt invincible, enjoying the illusion of endless riches. Over time, Mohan began to notice that his gold was vanishing rapidly. The same people who once praised him continued to expect more, and he realized that his wealth was not infinite. Desperate to maintain his status, Mohan started selling his expensive belongings. One by one, his fine clothes, jewelry, and furniture disappeared as he struggled to keep up with his unsustainable lifestyle. Eventually, Mohan found himself with nothing. The villagers who once admired him turned away, no longer interested in a man without wealth. He sat alone in the marketplace, realizing how quickly admiration faded when gold was gone. Meanwhile, Ravi worked hard on his small farm, planting seeds and nurturing the land. He knew success wouldn't come overnight, but he remained patient and determined. As months passed, Ravi's efforts bore fruit. He harvested his first crops and took them to the market, where villagers happily bought his fresh produce. Unlike Mohan's temporary riches, Ravi had built something that would sustain him for years to come. With the profits from his farm, Ravi expanded his land, buying more fields and hiring workers. His business grew steadily, and he became known as a reliable and hardworking man. Seeing an opportunity for growth, Ravi started a grain storage business, helping local farmers store their harvest safely. This new venture strengthened his financial stability even further. Ravi did not just build wealth for himself, he began helping others. He lent money to struggling farmers, allowing them to grow their own businesses and improve their lives. Over time, Ravi became one of the most respected men in the village. His wealth was built on wisdom, patience, and hard work, rather than fleeting luxury. After 10 years, the wise old man who had given them the gold returned to the village. He was eager to see what had become of Ravi and Mohan. The wise man saw Ravi standing proudly, surrounded by his thriving businesses, while Mohan sat in rags, full of regret. The contrast between them was striking. The old man approached Ravi with a smile, praising him for his wisdom and perseverance. Ravi had understood the true value of wealth and used it to create a future. Turning to Mohan, the old man saw the regret in his eyes. Mohan lowered his head, ashamed of his past choices, finally realizing the foolishness of his actions. With humility, Mohan approached Ravi and asked for guidance. He admitted that he had been blinded by temporary pleasures and wanted to start over. Ravi, instead of turning him away, placed a reassuring hand on Mohan's shoulder. He understood that wisdom could come from mistakes, and he was willing to help his old friend rebuild his life. Under Ravi's guidance, Mohan started working on the farm. At first, It was difficult, but he was determined to learn from his past and build something meaningful. Day by day, Mohan worked hard, learning the value of patience and persistence. He realized that true wealth was not about spending, but about growing something sustainable. The villagers who once ignored Mohan started to respect him again. They saw his sincerity and effort, and this time, admiration was based on his character, not his wealth. As the sun set over the village, Ravi and Mohan worked side by side, their friendship restored. Mohan had finally learned that real success came from dedication, not luck. The wise man watched them with satisfaction, knowing his lesson had been learned. True wealth was not in gold, but in wisdom, hard work, and perseverance.